I tried to wake up at 5 a.m. for 5 days straight, and spoiler alert, I wasn't 100% successful, but I'll let you know what I've learned and how it can ultimately affect the productivity in my day and my business. If you're new here, my name is Bianca. I'm a content strategist and creative for small businesses and entrepreneurs alike, and I have been wanting to do this video for quite some time, and I just kept pushing it off and telling myself it's not the right week. I have so many things to do. I can't, wake up at 5 a.m. I've got this event, I've got to go here, I've got to do that. And so this week was the week where I decided, Bianca, stop being a little baby. We are going to try it. So from Monday to Friday this week, 5 whole days, I decided to try to wake up at 5 a.m. and see what can come up of this. See how it can affect my life, see if I feel better, or see if I feel worse. Who knows? Here is what happened throughout the week. Monday morning, I think I started off pretty strong because when you start anything, you're kind of motivated on the first day. So Monday morning, I was at the cottage, I woke up, and I think I maybe stayed in bed for like a 10 minutes. So I woke up at got up at 5:10. And so I went over to brush my teeth, and it was pretty dark out. I kind of didn't really realize how dark it was because I thought, it's summertime, the light starts getting in at around 5, but that's not true. It did get in at around 5, maybe in July, but now we're nearing the end of August, so it was dark out. And I decided I'm gonna do a little bit of movement. So I decided to do a little bit of yoga at 5 a.m., which I think helped a lot to kind of wake me up a little bit, do a little bit of breath work, but I wasn't in the best sort of scenario. I didn't really have a dedicated space to do this yoga, but I did it, and then I was able to move on with my day. By the end of the day, I was pretty tired. When you're, doing something new for the very first time, your body needs a little bit of time to adjust. So as we were driving home on the Monday and we were going back to the city, I was totally exhausted. Tuesday rolls around and I'm feeling great. I, wake up at the allotted amount of time, and I didn't really have a plan of what I wanted to do, at 5 a.m. to kind of help me get my day started. So I just decided to do a little bit of meditation on the bed, which coincidentally, I feel like it might have maybe almost made me fall asleep again, but it's probably just the type of meditation that I was doing. But then I started working pretty early on, and I felt like I was getting stuff done. Tuesday was probably one of the best days because I felt like I had so much space to breathe and so much time to take breaks. I was actually able to take a workout break at around 11:30 because I felt like I had done a good amount of tasks in the morning, so I felt like I had that breathing room to do my 11:30 workout, which is my, I think, ideal time to work out. Sometimes I'll do a workout in the morning, and sometimes when I don't have time at all, I'll do it at 4 because I don't have any brain power at 4, but it's not my favorite time. I think around 11:30 is my favorite time, and so it was the first time that I felt like I had breathing room to do it and I wasn't prying myself away from the desk because I had so much to do. So Tuesday was pretty nice and I really enjoyed it. Wednesday morning, I get thrown a little bit of a curveball because I woke up naturally at 4:50 on Wednesday. And so my lizard brain was really like, oh my gosh, you've got 10 minutes left to sleep, or you've got 10 minutes left to rest. You don't need your alarm anymore. And so I turned off my 5 o'clock alarm and stayed in bed. And so obviously I fell back asleep. I don't know what I was thinking at around 4:50, thinking that if I stay in bed, I'll just stay awake and then get out of bed at 5. It was not my finest hour. So I think at around 6:30, then I woke up again and I was like, dang, I missed the 5 o'clock one. So it's really interesting how your brain can go really, really quick into manipulating you, and it worked. But I was still really excited. I was able to wake up at around 6:30, get all of my makeup done, and head on over to my downtown appointment and work with my client all day. And that was another day where I felt really, really, really tired at the end of the day. It's very much of an adjustment. I usually am able to keep my energy levels pretty good until 4 p.m. and I kind of hit a crash at around 2 p.m. this time around. One thing that I do want to note as well is that I would wait a certain amount of time before having my first cup of coffee. I usually only have one a day, and so when I wake up later, I'll have my first cup of coffee at, right 8:30 or 9 or, whatever. So this time around, if I wake up at 5, I don't want to have my coffee at 5 because then I'm going to crash at like 11. So it's probably not the best thing. So I wait to have my cup of coffee a little bit later, maybe like 7:30, but that just kind of changes your energy levels a little bit. But overall, I pushed through and I still felt good. And then we're moving on to Thursday. Thursday rolls around and I think everything is going well, but I find myself not really planning ahead into what I want to do at 5 a.m. And so I just end up doing not much. I was thinking to myself, if I want to do a 5 a.m. sort of ritual, I have to have a plan or I have to have a reason to do it. Otherwise, my brain is just going to tell me that it's not worth it. And it isn't. You want to really find a reason why you want to wake up at 5 a.m., whether it's to go to a workout class, whether it's to do your journal, whether it's doing your meditation or whatnot. Having like sort of a plan of what you're going to do before waking up is definitely going to be beneficial for you and helping you out in doing all of that. So I did a little bit of journaling and planning what I was going to do for the day. I tend to be, I guess, more optimistic of my workload when I wake up early. I'm like, oh, I got all of this time. I can add in this, and that. And I'm still trying to figure out how much time certain newer tasks take. So I would overload my schedule pretty well. All in all, everything went pretty smoothly on the Thursday. And then we get to my worst day, which was today. I will tell you this right away. I did not wake up at 5 this morning. I woke up at 7:10. Now the kicker is I don't think that my alarm went off, so I slept through my alarm. And last night, again, I'm very optimistic now as to how many things that I can do. And last night at around 10 p.m., I thought to myself, you know what, tomorrow's going to be the perfect day to go to F45 and do my regular 7:20 class. That way, when I wake up at 5, I'm going to be able to do all my things, going to be able to take my time and then go to the class. But it didn't end up that way. I woke up at 7:10 in a panic. Luckily, it's not too far from my house, so I was able to get there right on time, but I woke up in a panic, put on my workout clothes on, and just ran out the door. And so that's probably not the best way to start your day, but I was able to get there just in time and I was able to do my F45 workout, which I always feel great afterwards. I'm able to do all the work that I want to do throughout the day. I feel really great once I do my morning workout and get it out of the way so I can do whatever I want, especially on a Friday. It's like a fun before the weekend sort of thing. I'm doing my filming day today. Not very successful in terms of 5 a.m. wake up time. So yeah, not the best way to finish this challenge, but I want to be completely transparent and honest as to how I've tried this and what's worked. So I think my major realization and also major downfall in terms of how this week kind of worked for me, the major benefit that I saw was that it allowed me a little bit more breathing room in terms of figuring out when to do tasks where. And also, I tend to be a little bit more tired in the evenings, so some things that I wasn't able to do the day before, I felt a little bit better knowing that I could do it earlier in the morning and get it done before my client was even awake. That gave me a little bit more space, but it's very tricky sometimes because you think that you have more time, therefore you procrastinate more. And that's something that I really have to be careful with because every time I give myself more time, I take more time doing things. Another takeaway is that you have to plan what you want to do. You have to have a reason to wake up at 5 a.m. Otherwise, you're gonna go into that, I have so much time, I can do this, I can do that. If you don't really have an action plan of what you wanna do when you wake up at 5 a.m., then you might as well just wake up at the time that you want to wake up. If you're a night owl and you tend to want to work in the evenings, but you feel so pressured and thinking, oh, maybe I'm missing something at 5 a.m., there's not much of a difference really. There's this sense of pride knowing that you've been able to accomplish so much while everyone else is dormant and sleeping. And so there is that sense of like accomplishment of like, okay, like I have all this time now to do all of these things. That's kind of the positive and negative effects of this whole situation for me. The question that you might be asking yourself is, will I try this again? And I think the answer is yes, but I don't believe that I'll need to do this every single day. I do feel that there is benefits in waking up for a certain reason. So maybe I feel now more capable of waking up at 5 a.m. to do that 6 a.m. or that 5:30 a.m. class and have some sort of action plan. So I do believe that there are some instances where I will be doing this again, and I feel it feels a lot less scary now. I've been pushing it off for a very long time, and I feel, despite my setbacks, feel very proud that I've tried this. And I highly recommend trying it out for yourself. You learn a lot about your body's natural energy levels and your body's rhythm, and I'll be able to implement a little bit of what I've done in the mornings every single day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried waking up at 5 a.m. During the week, and let me know what you found. I definitely will have to give it a go a little bit for a longer period of time to kind of see if there's anything else that comes up. But initially, that's really what came up for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!